Today we're rehousing some of the animals I've got from the Eastern Invert Show. Hello and welcome to Elliotts Exotics. My name's Jack, and if you like videos on tarantulas, snakes and more, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Also, check out my Instagram page at Elliotts_exotics. Let's get into the video. So today we're going to be rehousing some of the things I've got from the Eastern Invert Show that was in my last video. If you didn't see it, check it out up here. So today we have the blue death feigning beetles. At the moment they're a bit dark coloured because they're covered in moisture. They're not very good in moisture. They're better in a desert climate. So we've got them, we're going to rehouse them. I've got one already, so I thought he's a bit lonely. Let's give him a little friend. In here we have jewel beetles, so they end up being such a beautiful beetle. Let's see if we can find the larvae. They're all larvae at the moment. Give me a little buddy. No, don't dig down. So there is one of the beetle larvae. They're all in this beetle larvae stage. This is at their larvae 2. So they've got about, I'd say about 9 months before they'll end up becoming beetles. We'll see if we can put a picture of what they're going to look like in the future. So that'll be a good little video. So we'll put him back in here so we don't disturb him too much. We'll let him dig down. You'll see him just bury. There you go. Quick little thing. So that's going to be pretty cool to see when they're older. And we have the Israel gold scorpion. I got this one because he looked aggressive. He was just an arse from the get-go. I'm looking forward to rehousing these. Let's get into it. This is the enclosure we are going to be sticking him in. Them in. This is my blue death feigning beetle enclosure. I put it all together myself, including the burrow at the bottom. This one is right at the top. This is what these guys look like when they're not covered in moisture, which is what they prefer to be like. So they're a nice little blue, and we'll put him back in. These guys come from the deserts of America. To us they're quite cool, but over there they're just standard beetles. So we'll stick one in. The reason they're called blue death feigning beetles is because when they feel threatened, they play dead. That is their only defense. They cannot bite. They cannot harm you in any way. That is their only defense, is to play dead. I think they look pretty cool. Let's get them some food. What I feed them, which you can feed them, it's perfect for them. They love it. Is a couple of pieces of cucumber and some fish flakes on top for some protein. As well as the cucumber with fish flakes on top, they also love dry dog biscuits. As you can probably see down the bottom, my one, from his food bowl, he has dragged it all the way down here, and he's just got dog biscuits down here in his little tunnel, and he just eats them. Oh, we've got an escapee. What is it my animals that always want to escape? Go. That is them in there, so let's move on to the next one. So now we're going to be moving on to the jewel beetle. These are just larvae, as you saw, so now we're going to put them in. For the moment, I'm just going to stick them in this tub. Nothing too fancy, just because they are just going to be larvae. You're never going to see them, and especially for like 9 months, all I'm going to be doing is dropping food in. They'll come up now and again, eat it, dig back down. When they are out of the larvae stage and they turn into the beetles, they will just sit on top. That's when I will rehouse them, and there'll be a video for that. I have a mixture here of different types of leaf litter, all the good stuff that I need for the beetle larvae. So we're just going to put this straight in. What they'll do is they will eat all these leaves, dead wood, bits of stick, all the goodness that's in the soil as well, and they'll use that for food to grow. So let's just move this around. Let's give this some spray as well. Don't want it too wet in here. For larvae like this, it needs to be, when you grab it in a ball and try and make a ball out of it, it needs to be moist enough that it will stay together as a ball, but not wet enough that as you squeeze it, water comes out. That's too wet. You need it in that middle bit. So when you grab it, it stays in a ball, a bit like that. Maybe a little more moisture would be better. That's perfect. So what we're going to do now is we are just going to find these little beetle larvae and we're just going to pour them in. So we're just going to pour this straight in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh! There were 6! So I saw 6 go in there. If I counted correctly, that's perfect. It said 5 on the box. I think I've been treated there. You can probably see these guys dig straight down. And what I'll do is now and again, I'll just drop in bits of fruit, mango. They love mango. Anything sweet, soft. So mango, apple when they're ripe, because they like the juices, as well as things like orange, banana, anything like that. They love that stuff. So that's really good to feed them. Moving on now, I've got the Israel gold scorpion. Now he looks like a ball of fun, doesn't he? Even though he is a small scorpion of a lovely colour like this, he is not that venomous. If he was to sting me, it would just be sore. There's nothing fatal that's in him. Obviously, they do have a little bit of venom in them, but not enough to cause too much pain at all. You can usually tell with scorpions, the bigger the claws, or the bigger the pincers, the smaller the tail is, the less venomous they are. The smaller the pincers, that's when they're very venomous and you don't get too close to them. So for this little guy, we've got a lovely little enclosure that I've put together. He is going to be going in this. Oh, buddy. Get him out by the tail. There you go. I wasn't happy with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour his sand in there just a little bit, just so there's some feel of it. Oh my lord. Back please. I love how aggressive he looks. I just wanted that nice defensive little species that just looks like it doesn't want to be messed with. That's a scorpion I want. Pour the rest of it sort of is sand in here just so he has some senses off it, fills it out a bit better. How does that look, guys? Let me know in the comments what you think. These guys don't really need water at all. They usually get all their moisture from their prey. So I'll be feeding them locusts, crickets, maybe mealworms, waxworms, anything like that, just to help give them some more moisture. And that'll go just over here. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, please let me know in the comments, and please remember, like the video and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for part 2.